Hello, and welcome back to my small part of the universe. My name is Hailstone. The creature we'll be examining today is the HammerHead. Though, a few things before we start. I knew the HammerHead was going to be a shorter video, but I didn't expect how little I could actually glean from this creature unlike others. So I apologize ahead for its short nature. So please, now, relax and let us get started. Did you hear that guttural echo outside? There are few who don't know the call of the Reaper of the Ocean. Swift and efficient, the HammerHead is a true terror of the deep, crushing the hulls of submarines, rending crews into the rocky cliffs. For if one is not ready for this Reaper of the Deep, their soul is the least that a HammerHead will take into the briny darkness. If a clawhammer could swim and have 4 knives for arms, you would have a hammerhead at least on principle. The common hammerhead has a white cylindrical body that tapers off towards its fins. The aptly named head of their hammerhead darkens from the white skin. This is its key weapon of the creature, a massive, hardened, compressed bone-like material that is strong enough to rupture steel pressurized hulls and crush thick steel doors, sinking a submarine in only a few passing hits. Just behind the blunt head of the creature are 2 sets of 5 eyes. 2 large compound-like eyes adjusted for a large viewing angle, and a set of 3 small eyes, possibly serving as pit-type eyes, which is a set of eyes that develop at particular angles to determine the angle of light sources. Though these set of eyes also may be similar to those found in snakes, in this case boas and pythons, which these pit organs are used to detect varying amounts of infrared, which would be the more likely case due to the dark oceans of Europa lacking light, and seeing the body heat of prey would be more of an advantage. Though this is only the set belonging to the common hammerhead. Both the golden hammerhead and the hammerhead matriarch have different eye plans. The golden hammerhead has an additional set of 3 eyes behind the larger compound ones. Due to their similarity, these may simply be smaller compound eyes for a wider viewing array to complement the swifter nature of the golden hammerhead. In addition, the pit eyes are arranged in a similar pattern to the new compound ones, which may provide the hammerhead with more accurate information about its environment, with which the golden hammerhead may be able to notice weaker spots on prey than that of the common hammerhead. The hammerhead matriarch also has its eyes set up in a completely different way than the other 2, and for almost a dead match for an array of eyes commonly seen in insects like Hymenopterans. Though, while in insects these are no more than dorsal ocelli, which give limited information, usually only light processing, those of the hammerhead matriarch do give a higher awareness of their environment, able to react to threats like submarines, though their visual prowess is far less than that of the common or golden hammerheads. A trait common to all 3 known forms, not counting the infant stage, are 4 large forward-facing scythe-like arms, though this is a resting state of the arms, so to say. As for the common and golden hammerheads, the arms often collapse against the body during charging, and are rarely seen in use. While in the case of the hammerhead matriarch, the arms seem to be more fixed in a forward position. While not their primary weapon if need be, the hammerhead will use them to make quick decisive strikes to small prey while stationary. Following the scythe-like arms is the main propulsion system for the hammerhead, a set on each side comprising of 2 enlarged pelvic fins that probably function as either brakes or extra movement, though the sheer speed of the hammerhead comes from its long flat tail. Though these fins are only native to the common and golden hammerheads. The hammerhead matriarch makes yet another European attempt at a jellyfish. Unlike the long, flat tails of the other 2, the tail of the matriarch is replaced with long strands of sinewy material that once more mirror the tendrils of siphonophores and cnidarians, though these tendrils, like those of the Moloch, cause no damage if they are simply passed through. So, what are they? In addition, a crown of spikes now adorn the top side of the creature, as well with some large ones further down the backside. The matriarch has also grown 2 large fins behind the typical pelvic ones, though whether this is due to the loss of the tail fin or for increased control is unknown. The most striking difference between the matriarch and the other hammerheads is its soft hammer, which has drastically changed to house its young, holding a brood of 30 hammerhead spawn. This is also why the matriarch is mostly passive, unlike its counterparts. It can't risk the safety of its young, though if it has to, it will charge desperately at the submarine, rupturing its sac and losing its own life in the process to injure the predator enough so the young can have a fighting chance. What is happening, and what is the Hammerhead matriarch? Upon first glance, one may believe that the Hammerhead matriarch is some form of alpha or leader, though this couldn't be further from the truth, as the matriarch is often found alone. What the matriarch probably is the final life stage of a gestating female that is also going through extreme decay. As the Hammerhead young continue to develop internally, this is seen with several animals on Earth, such as spiders devouring their mother, and the zombie fish phase of salmon, which die from eternal rotting due to spawning and staying for prolonged periods in fresh water. The tendrils of a matriarch could be nothing more than various pieces of flesh and sinew that have yet to fall off, and are simply following behind the matriarch. Examples of this can be found on Earth, as the decayed remains of whales and dolphins are often referred to as globsters and blobsters, and are often cited as hidden species when the fur and other traits are elements of decay. To further support this, the sci-fi claws of the matriarch appear to have become rigid, no longer laying against the main body while in motion, too stiff to be pushed back by movement or water. In addition, up-close inspection seems to show a peeling of the reddish skin, showing hints of bones. Furthermore, the passivity of the matriarch could also be showing a weariness of sorts, the senses dulling or purposeful avoidance of conflict due to the young and deteriorating state of the mother. The golden coloration of the Hammerhead. The coloration of the golden hammerhead raises a few interesting theories on why it would be chosen for such a dark environment. One, it could be using the bioluminescence of nearby prey animals to reflect off of the golden luster to attract unsuspecting prey looking for an easy meal, only to find a larger predator. On the other hand, the gold could help the hammerhead survive in water pockets closer to the surface of Europa by lessening the effects of solar radiation penetrating the surface. Though this is only a guess, and it would require it to truly be the mineral gold for it to have this effect. The life cycle of the hammerhead. Based upon available evidence, once the young are released from a dying mother and consume the remains for subsistence, the young probably spend years in caves or shallow water near the surface of Europa in order to avoid larger predators, or quite possibly stay in a loose family unit as they get bigger, though only leaving a few members left, as groups of hammerheads are usually only encountered of groups of 2 to 5, with one of the number usually being a golden hammerhead. It's hard to say if the gold hammerhead is a stage in the life cycle, or a type of dimorphism between the males and females of the species. As the years press on, the group of hammerheads thin out, or the gestating female goes alone to deeper waters, slowly decaying and attempting to keep the next generation of hammerheads safe. Thank you for all the new subscribers. I never thought I would ever come near to approaching the literal precipice of 400. Thank you for anyone who actually cares to listen to these videos. I'm really happy there are people out there that appreciate my hard work. I have a few plans regarding other projects for Barotrauma and like subscriber specials, but those are very tentative right now. And in the interim, thank you for listening. This is Hailstone, and I hope you have an absolutely pleasant day.